The newly released footage shows a Miami-Dade police officer order Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill to pull over just outside Hard Rock Stadium Sunday. After handing the officer his license, Hill then rolls his driver's side window back up while officers demand he keep it down. Then at least one officer swings open Hill's car door as at least two others force him to the ground. The officers then bring Hill to the sidewalk and order him to sit. But Hill resists, citing an injured knee, prompting one of the officers to come up behind Hill, wrapping an arm around his chest while forcing him to the ground.
All right, let's get a couple things straight. The first thing is, this whole incident could have been avoided if both parties were respectful to the other person. Now let's get to the other part. If you crack your window just enough to where you can pass your identification through, in most states, that's probably fine, unless you have excessive tint. Like in this situation, most states have a law that says that you cannot have excessive tint on your vehicle, and a lot of people do it anyway. So if a police officer cannot see inside your vehicle because of your excessive tint, that now becomes a safety issue. So if you roll all your windows down, there won't be an issue. However, if you don't roll all your windows down, that being a safety concern, Pennsylvania v. Mims says the officer can order you out of the vehicle at any time for any reason for officer safety. Because in the officer's mindset, you have to think, once that window rolls up and you can't see in the car anymore, you have no idea if they're reaching for something. And any passengers that are inside this vehicle as well, you're not off the hook either. If the officer can't see inside that vehicle due to excessive tint, then guess who else is coming out of the car? The passenger. That's because of Maryland versus Wilson. Now when it comes to the officer that forced the guy to sit on the ground, that could have been handled a little bit better, in my opinion. An officer ordering you to sit on the sidewalk, depending on the circumstances, but most of the time, that is a perfectly reasonable and a lawful order. Remember, if the officer is wrong, comply now, get rich later.